World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Pakistan said on Sunday it carried out airstrikes on militant camps across the border in Afghanistan, raising tensions between the two countries. CNN reports officials stated the military launched what it called intelligence-based operations targeting 7 sites linked to the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, also known as the Pakistani Taliban, as well as a group tied to the Islamic State. Afghanistan's defense ministry condemned the strikes, calling them a clear violation of its sovereignty and international law. Afghan officials said the attacks hit civilian areas in the eastern regions or provinces, including a religious school and several homes. At least 18 people were killed, including women and children, with rescue crews still searching through the rubble. The strikes come after a wave of deadly attacks inside Pakistan, including the recent killing of 2 soldiers in the northwest. Pakistan says it has solid evidence that the violence was directed by militant leaders based in Afghanistan, a claim that could further strain a fragile ceasefire between the neighboring countries. In other news overseas, Ukraine may be looking to Japan for support in future peace talks to end Russia's invasion, according to former Japanese ambassador to Ukraine, Kuninori Matsuda. Matsuda said Kiev has high hopes for the administration of Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi as negotiations move forward. In an interview with GG Press, Matsuda noted that Prime Minister Takaichi has built a strong relationship with United States President Donald Trump, who is seen as a key figure in potential peace efforts. Matsuda served as Japan's ambassador to Ukraine from October 2021 to October 2024, covering the early years of the war. He also said Japan's recent decision to provide additional assistance to Ukraine through NATO highlights the country's growing role in the international community. And finally, at least 1,557 people detained for political reasons in Venezuela have filed for amnesty under a new law signed last week and are now expected to be released from prison. The law, approved last Thursday, is meant to benefit opposition members, activists, journalists, and human rights defenders who have been held for months or even years. According to the Associated Press, the law's passage marks a major shift for Venezuelan authorities who for decades denied holding political prisoners. Hundreds of detainees are already being freed, and more releases could come in the coming days, though the law does not apply to people convicted of serious crimes like murder, drug trafficking, or military rebellion. Human rights groups say the law still leaves out many political prisoners and should be applied more broadly. Meanwhile, acting Venezuelan President Delcy Rodriguez called the measure a step toward national reconciliation. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.